Alright guys, I am back with my review of WWE Friday Night Smackdown for July 12th, 2013. Before I get into Smackdown, I want to give a shout out to Sandy Klein from Germany. He's a wrestling fan who sent me a message on the Facebook page. And on to Smackdown. This was a good show this week. I was actually surprised how much I enjoyed from this week's show. Typically, you know it's the B show, and you're just kind of sitting through it. I fast forward through all the recaps, but every once in a while you'll get some good matches out of SmackDown. But this show, I thought, had a lot of good stuff on here. It felt like a special show. However, the first match is Daniel Bryan versus Christian, and storyline-wise, kayfabe, it doesn't seem fair that going into the pay-per-view, the SmackDown guys have to wrestle twice. I mean, if you're just looking at it from an objective standpoint, then it really isn't fair that the Raw guys only had to work Raw, and then the SmackDown guys have to work Raw and SmackDown going into a big pay-per-view Money in the Bank match. I know it's ridiculous and it's like nerdy wrestling fan crap, but I just have to mention that because they all had matches here, the SmackDown guys, but they also had matches on Raw, so... But anyways, Daniel Bryan wins with the no lock, makes Christian tap, middle of the ring, really good match here. Backstage, Teddy tells Dolph that he has the night off since Del Rio has a match against Sin Cara and he doesn't want any interference. Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso. Jey gets distracted by Reigns taking out his brother on the outside. Rollins stomps his head into the mat for the win. It was okay, crowd really didn't care about this. Jericho versus Curtis Axel. As Curtis Axel's trying to get back in the ring, Jericho hits him with a code breaker. He falls back out and gets counted out. So Jericho wins here, and I was a little surprised by this. I kind of thought since Axel got his first defeat on Raw that he would get his win back here, but I guess not. And Axel just starts freaking out, throwing shit around ringside. Maybe after this pay-per-view with Ryback versus Jericho, they're going to do something with Jericho versus Axel. Miz versus Ryback. Miz starts working the knee again, and Ryback just freaks out. He says, "Oh my God, it hurts. Oh my God, I felt something pop. I felt something pop," and he's freaking out. And the referee's telling Miz to back away, and then Ryback just gets up and clotheslines Miz. Shell shocks him for the win. But the entire time he's still selling the knee injury. He didn't act like, "Hey, I fooled you." He was acting like his knee was really hurt. Sheamus says that once he wins the briefcase, he's going to maybe carry a couple of pints around in it because he's Irish. Or some corned beef and cabbage. And then he tells Renee Young that she's cute. Teddy has all the divas in the ring for AJ and Caitlyn's contract signing. Big E's there too. One thing I learned from this segment is AJ writes left-handed. But they sign the contracts and AJ reads some of Caitlyn's tweets or text back when she was pretending to be her secret admirer. And it's Caitlyn making fun of Natalya or talking shit about Natalya and the Funkadactyls. And Caitlyn says she's not going to let AJ destroy her again. AJ slaps her. Caitlyn pushes the desk into the corner with AJ and just goes off on her. And Big E grabs Caitlyn and pulls her off. And Caitlyn slaps the dog shit out of Big E here. And then she spears AJ, so that was it. Barrett versus Fandango with Zeb Coulter on commentary. Fandango wins with a roll-up. Barrett's yelling at Fandango. The Rhodes Scholars come out. They start yelling at Cesaro and Swagger. That's pretty much it. Nothing else happens. Kane is out of Money in the Bank. So, I don't really know who's going to replace Kane. I think it's too early for Bray Wyatt. I know a lot of fans are thinking he's going to be the replacement, but I don't see Bray Wyatt being in this match. I think with the whole All-Star gimmick, I'm trying to think of somebody who hasn't been around in a while, maybe a big surprise. Maybe Brock Lesnar. So yeah, I'm not really sure who's going to replace Kane, but I really don't see Bray Wyatt coming out there. Maybe they'll beat someone up later on, but I don't see him being in the match. Del Rio versus Sin Cara. Sin Cara comes out and goes right after Del Rio, hits the zigzag, So you see that it's Dolph Ziggler under the mask. He never takes the mask off, though. They didn't even change the lights either. Then Vicky comes out from the crowd and says that she had to buy a ticket to be here. Teddy Long should be fired. And Teddy has her removed from the building. Backstage, Teddy Long comes up to Sin Cara. And he's like, Dolph, what happened? I told you had the night off tonight. And Sin Cara's just confused, like, what? And then Dolph runs up and says, oh, Teddy, I forgot my phone. And Sin Cara's just doesn't say anything. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. But shouldn't Sin Cara be pissed off at Dolph for this? Because if Sin Cara had a match against Del Rio and he won that match, he would be in line for a title shot. But Dolph basically stole that from him, and Sin Cara's just standing there like a dumbass. Like he doesn't even care. So that was kind of lame. Then we get Sheamus versus Orton. It was an okay match. Orton actually takes the clubbering. I'm sure he wasn't happy about that. Both guys fall off the top rope to the outside. Daniel Bryan runs out with the ladder again. Both guys kind of just run into the ladder. So there's no winner in this match. Bryan climbs the ladder. Sheamus pulls him down and throws him to the outside. Christian comes out. He starts fighting with Sheamus. Daniel Bryan runs back in and pushes Christian off the ladder. Orton runs in, hits an RKO on Daniel Bryan, and then Orton climbs the ladder and grabs the briefcase. So that's how SmackDown ended this week, but it did have some decent matches. I liked the stuff with Dolph and Sin Cara. I thought that was cool to have him come out wearing the Sin Cara outfit and everything. So yeah, I guess Money in the Bank is tonight. Don't know who's going to replace Kane, but I would be fine if it was Bray Wyatt, but I feel like for this whole all-star Money in the Bank match, it's going to be somebody either returning or a big surprise. At least that's what I hope happens. I hope it's not like some lame replacement. But I am looking forward to the pay-per-view tonight, and usually I don't feel that way. But I think with this Raw Money in the Bank match, I'm actually excited to see what's going to happen there. The SmackDown Money in the Bank match should be good too, and who knows what's going to go down with this whole RVD thing. I think he's going to get an amazing pop tonight. That's going to be cool to see. But yeah, as far as SmackDown goes this week, I enjoyed the show, and I thought I had some good stuff. So, good show. That's my review. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on the show in the comments, and thanks for watching.